Hey guys, this is Noel Paddy here from Techie Paddy and welcome back to another video. So guys, this is the walk around, the driving vlog of the Volkswagen Polo, which I've been driving for the past 6 days, and today is the last day of this car. I have to go and return the car. I have to first even go to the fuel station. So I'm going to be doing a quick walk, talk about the driving impressions while I go to the the fuel station. So without wasting further ado, let's begin. I've just muted the audio right now, so now let's start driving. And right, okay, this is the first start I've done since last evening. I had come back from Sheffield, so now I had done this. I'm going to be just doing a quick spin around my neighborhood, and then I'm just going to go and fill the fuel in the car, and that's it. I'm just going to turn on the aircon now. Nice sunny day, slightly warm outside. Let's see. So let's begin. What do I think about this car? I love it. This car is too good. It's too perfect. I mean, I don't know, I've not had so much fun driving a super mini hatchback, as for the UK people what they call here, or as in India we call as the premium hatchback or something. But I have actually loved driving this car. It's pretty good. This, although it's a 1 liter 80 horsepower naturally aspirated engine, it's still so good, so well responsive. And Volkswagen, you have done a fantastic job. So now let's begin about talking about the car. What do I feel initially about the visibility of driving? The driving visibility is excellent. You have a good amount of viewing angles all around the car. The blind spot is also not a problem because you have the rear quarter glass, so looking at the blind spots is also not an issue. And that's it. So well done Volkswagen in that. You can see this corner glass. There is cutout glass in the Volkswagen Polo, and this is a typical Polo design where the quarter glass is cut out so that you get more airiness inside the cabin. And speaking of the cabin, you can see in the video that the seat is black in color, but the other behind part is a bit silverish grayish color in finish. What does this mean? This means that this car was made in such a way that although you give back seats, the people should feel, you know, airy inside this car at all times. So well done Volkswagen in that sense, in the design aspects. At the roundabout, we take the second exit, indicator, check in the mirror, and leave the roundabout. Sorry, yeah. So that's all about the insider part of the car. But now, why did I was honestly expecting this car. So basically, when I had gone to rent a car for myself, I initially had paid saying that, oh, you'll get a Vauxhall Corsa, etc. And I guess they didn't have a Vauxhall Corsa that time, and I'm very glad. They say that some things happen for good. I hope for a Vauxhall Corsa, but they gave me a Volkswagen Polo. I had the most amount of fun driving this Volkswagen Polo. So now I'm at near my office area a bit because this is the only place I can drive a bit at a higher speed. So that's about 40 mph. Let's go enter the roundabout. Right indicator is on because you're taking the second exit towards the right. Indicator, and out we go. And let's move it to 40. You will hear about this about the engine sound and so on in the further clip. I'm going to talk about that. So guys, let's do one thing. I'm going to be dividing this video into a few bits and pieces now. Okay, let's start talking about the ride first. Right now I'm in the 5th gear on a smooth road. Okay, the ride is good. I mean, suspensions have been set to a perfect level. This is a very good ride of the car. You don't feel those jolts and bumps that much as sharply as you thought. Also, it comes down to the tire size also. So this being the Polo 1 liter life variant, which is the base variant of the Polo lineup, this car basically has a 15 inches wheel. The tire size is 185/55 R15. So people will think, oh, that's a small size tire, but can it handle the car? Yes, it can. No second doubts about it, honestly. This car can handle at that tire size, so that's good. Right now, I have 20 mph, and I picked it up. This car well picked up in the 4th gear, very well. I'm at 27 miles an hour, and now it asked me to put it in the 5th gear, so that's also pretty nice. I'm super impressed by the car, honestly. I'm just talking random thing now. Oh, sorry, I had to move the camera a bit. I thought the camera was not working. Let me check whether it is recording. Yes, it is recording. 3rd exit. Entering the roundabout in the 3rd gear. We are at about 17 miles an hour. Move, mirror, signal, exit the roundabout, and let's go to 40 again. So now, I talked about the ride and handling. The steering wheel has a good amount of feel and feedback for this car. I'm telling you, German cars have the best feel and feedback so far I have driven. I'm telling you. Yes, I have driven Ford, and only Ford has a very good feel and feedback, but Germans have a different level of feel and feedback. Honestly, I'm actually impressed by this Volkswagen Polo. And we are at the traffic lights. Now I'm just going to put the car in neutral while I stop. The brakes are pretty good. Okay, just going to put the car in neutral, clutch up, engine off. Auto start stop feature is a very beneficial thing in this car. It gives you the best mileage ever. You heard the car? Yeah, this car's engine started now because the traffic light is green. Observe, observe, observe. Wait for the traffic to move. Let the learner driver go. I don't want to be in the block of his way. You heard the engine? This is a 3-cylinder, 1-liter engine. But it doesn't sound that thrashy at all. It is smooth. I mean, in India, Ford was like, yeah, you know, we have a Dragon series engine, and although being a 3-cylinder, we have attached balancer shaft so you don't get the vibrations, etc., etc. Dear Ford, this is an engine. I don't know, they have also maybe used balancer shafts in this, but typical, it's a perfect job. I mean, this car is so good. I actually like it. So now guys, I've talked about this, a few clips I have recorded separately after this walk around right now in this video, and I'm just going to talk about them. So from here, I'm going to be speaking about the pickup and acceleration on the hilly area and a bit of the handling part in this video. So guys, as you can see that I am right now heading back towards my home in Derby, and I am right now driving the car on the B road right now. I was initially on the M road, but unfortunately I wasn't able to record because in between while I was recording, the SD card just gave up, so I couldn't record while I was in the M roads. Anyway, as you can see on the screen that this is my driving data, and you can see that the car has done pretty well. Okay, I mean, this is a naturally aspirated 1-liter engine producing 80 horsepower, and surprisingly this has done very well for the car. I mean, right now I'm on the B road where the limit is 60 mph. Okay, so I'm just driving normally right now because there are 2-minute turns and curves and turns, etc., because of which I have to kind of slow down intermittently. But let me just show you the RPM meter. Maybe that will give you a much better clue how much of the RPM is being used by the engine. So as you can see right now, I'm in the 5th gear, about 37 mph, 40 mph, it is 2000 rpm. So when you are in the 50 mph something, you will reach about 2200, 300 rpm, etc. Just now, did you see that green color thing just become orange and become green again? Because that is the lane keep assist which is being working simultaneously while I'm driving to keep me in the lane. So this car has every fully loaded features. I must say I'm very impressed with this Volkswagen Polo. Although this being the base variant, this has all the features you need in this car. And right now it is a 60 mph. So let me just rev the car to 60 mph and then show you how much RPM it goes down to. Yeah, you can see somewhere close to 3000 rpm. So while it is going on the M42s or the M1s, and when you are at 70 mph, the car apparently is about 3200 3300 rpm. Some may say that's high, but it's okay for a 1 liter engine, because that's the maximum amount you can do. If you feel that you need you are much of a highway cruiser all the time, and you feel that you need to give efficiency also, as well as keep the revs low, then you should go for a bigger engine like a 1.6 liter engine, and that is the ideal engine for highway cruising. Because I have seen in a Vauxhall Astra that when I was at 70 mph in the Vauxhall Astra J, when I was driving some time back, I was able to cruise that car to about 70 mph, and it apparently was at 3000 rpm. Okay, not much of a difference, but honestly that car will give a much lower mileage than what this car is doing right now. You can see 62.4 mpg, and that's so good for a 1 liter engine. And this is not turbocharged, this is naturally aspirated. So yes, it does struggle a bit honestly while I'm driving, and apologies if you can't, if I'm not clear. I'm driving, that is why you might not be able to hear me or not. So now when I'm going to just now that there's a 40 zone approaching right now, so I'm just going to start reducing my speed, and I've just left the accelerator right now, and you can see my efficiency keeps going up and up and up, and I'm actually impressed. See, this car is not a great car on the see, this car is very good on the highway. Efficiency wise, yeah, when there's an uphill, obviously your car efficiency goes down, that's natural. But right now this is a downhill I'm driving on, and I'm just braking, I'm not even accelerating, I'm in the 5th gear itself. So this car, when it is even at 30 mph, this car can go on to the 5th gear. That
in
is...
a quarter of a mile, turn left onto Robinson's Hill, B587.
Yeah, that's the navigation system shouting. That's Android Auto, wireless Android Auto. Actually, I'm very happy with that. So now it's up a bit of a uphill, and now I'm going to turn left, and then you may be able to hear the engine sound whilst I rev the engine. And now I'll give the indicator. Oh, sorry, this is not the I had to incorrect one actually. Sorry, my bad.
Turn left onto Robinson's Hill, B587.
Yeah, now I'm going to turn left. I'm going to go into the second. You saw that this is 2nd gear. Now
in a
hear
quarter
this.
of a mile, turn right onto Coxhud Lane, B587.
Now hear the engine. I hope you guys heard the engine now. So this engine is, see now, right now I'm in the 4th gear. It'll still say get into the 5th. It's uphill, still it has been able to do the 5th, and that's pretty good for a natural 1 liter engine. I'm not sure if any other vehicle can do this type of what this Volkswagen is doing.
Right
Yes, I'm taking the lane now. I'm just need to turn. Just a second. Yeah, see, this got lifted up in 2nd gear at the slow speed also.
Continue on B587 for 1 mile.
Did you hear the engine rev? It's not harsh. It's a very insulated engine. I'm actually impressed with the 3-cylinder engine of this car. I mean, see, in the 3-cylinder engines, I have just driven a Ford EcoSport, okay, and a Vauxhall Corsa in a 3-cylinder. But this is something else. I actually love this engine. This is a 1 liter MPA engine, and when this engine came out the first time, back in India, when I had seen the Volkswagen Polo was offered with a 1 liter engine, this car was able to do, I was not sure whether this car would be able to pull it. I was wrong. This can do it, and I love this engine. So if you want to keep your costs low, you want to keep a very low complicated system in your car, and you don't want to spend much on the insurance and everything, I would say that this is not a bad engine to go for, honestly. See, it is a very comfortable engine. You can't even hear. Look at this.
In a quarter of a mile, turn left to stay on B587.
Yeah, my navigation is going on, so I apologize if I got irritated with that, because I am actually going home, so it's better that I just put on the navigation. Now let me show you how this engine struggles in case I have to pull it directly in the second. Just get the indicator. I'll just put it in third and see. Let me see how the engine struggles.
Continue for 3 miles.
Well, not bad. Not bad. Not bad for the engine to struggle at third gear. I didn't have to change the gear to second also. Usually in some cars in the 1 liter engines you need to put it onto the second, but this car took it in third, and that's so impressive. See now, see, I'm in the 5th gear now. So that's all about this is about the section of the engine performance of this car. Now let's get back to the rest of the video and I'll talk about it more. So guys, as you can see that I am right now driving on an uphill right now towards some place I'm planning to go. It's called as the Cat and the Fiddle Inn. Right now I'm in the 3rd gear and the car is struggling. So I go back in the 2nd. So yeah, I mean, I feel that you need to do a bit of the gear changes about this area, you know, the uphills, etc. If you're at a slower speed and you're at 30 mph, I think it's better to stick to the 2nd gear and it'll be okay. And that's it. Now you can just see the way I'm just driving along this way, and right now that's the 40 miles per hour limit, and right now just slotted into the 5th gear, and now the car is smooth because it's a downhill. So what I now noticed is that whilst I said that yeah, it has no problem picking up in 3rd gear in the slope, but this extreme slope, I feel that you guys need to slot it back in the 2nd, because this can't cope up that well on that slow speed. So 2nd is recommended, and it needs to rev a bit, like about 2600 rpm or something, to get up to that optimum speed to go up the hill. Anyways, now that's it. Now I'm in the 50 zone, and now I'm just going to just increase the speed, and you can see that the capabilities of this car is pretty good. The cornering capabilities is so good of this car that you can twirl it in any corner and the car will not disappoint you. Volkswagen, I am very impressed with this car. The perfect feel, the perfect feedback, the perfect comfort. Although this car has a 185/55 R 15 inches wheel, which I was a bit dicey, like okay, how am I supposed to do? They are not losing grip at all, and they're pretty perfect for my liking. And it's just so, you know, the steering has a lot of feel and feedback while doing it. I'm right now not showing my face. I decided to do it a bit differently. Maybe I would, while I'm talking in the background, I will just show you how the car is performing, and also show you this beautiful views of the Peak District right now area which I am in right now. And see, right now again it's an uphill. It is in the 5th right now. It is slightly struggling again going uphill, but no problem at all. You just press down the accelerator a bit more and the car can do it. So I'm impressed with this engine, totally impressed. Well done Volkswagen, well done. And I will not hesitate to recommend a naturally aspirated engine again in a Volkswagen car. Never. I always think that naturally aspirated engine, a 1 liter, I don't know how much it's going to do, but it's like, you know, I was wrong. Okay, I'm going to admit it, I was wrong. So I suppose you can get a Volkswagen Polo or a Volkswagen Golf or something with a 1 liter naturally aspirated engine, and there's no second doubt about it. Fantastic engine, fantastic insulation, fantastic noise level control of the 1 liter engine. It doesn't feel like a 1 liter. Seriously. So well done Volkswagen. Now I'm just going to resume back my driving to the place I'm going, and then maybe let's see what else I can shoot and review on this. So guys, you might have seen now about the pickup and the handling and how the car corners, etc. At the corners. I was at the Peak District area, so you guys might have seen how well it corners and so on. Now let's talk about how does it fare at night during the headlights. And now see, these headlights are the all LED headlamps. Okay, how do these headlamps fare? That's what we are going to find out. So this is a clip of how these headlamps fare, and you can have a look. So guys, I'm going to talk quickly about the headlamp visibility of this Volkswagen Polo, and you can see these are all LED lamps, and you can see this is all pitch dark right over here. Now this is on the lower beam. There is no fog lamps on this car except on the rear. So if I switch to the high beam like this, you see you get a very good amount of light over here. And just let me lower it down. So I feel that this car has a very good amount of LED lightings. Yeah, in the upper models of this Polo, you get something called as IQ LED, something about, I heard about this IQ LED by Volkswagen. It is in the ID3 cars and so on. So that's there in the that's there in the upper model of the Volkswagen Polo, but this is the lower base model, and this is sufficient enough, to be honest. It is pitch dark right here. There are no street lamps. I just wanted to show you how it looks like exactly. So yeah, here it is, and this is the high beam again, and this is the low beam again. That's it. So guys, right now I am driving on the motorway, and sorry, it's not the motorway, it's the A road, it's the A50, and the speed limit is 70 miles an hour. And as you can see that, as we spoke earlier, that the headlights are pretty good, and now you can see it's completely pitch dark, and now you can see the difference yourself that the headlights are very nice. And yeah, I mean, it's not about the headlights but also, so I can't turn on the upper beam right now because there are oncoming vehicles from there, so the law is that you can't do that and blind them just like that, so I'm not going to do that. Anyways, with the lower beam also, the car is able to, what do you say, show that. Now I can show you very quickly how this lights up. That's it. You can see that it, one second, I'll just show it again. And no, wait, again there is another car coming, others I would have definitely shown you. But before that, let me just talk about the noise insulation in the car. And you can see that, you can hear very well that there is a bit of the road noise coming in. It's maybe down to the tires, okay, and but more or less the wind noise is very well insulated, very well insulated. It doesn't feel like you're driving at 70. Now see, now you can see the amount of high beam the car can give on this upper beam. So that's a pretty nice headlight, and for the basic variant. Obviously the upper top variants will have their IQ lights, and they will have the automatic dimming functions and everything, etc, etc. But anyway, the last thing I want to talk about is this part, is the road noise. Right now I'm at 70 miles an hour at present, and you can see that, you can hear very well that I'm not cutting out any noise, nothing. It is whatever is getting recorded in the GoPro. There is road noise coming in, that's for sure, okay. It's not that irritating as you might find in other cars. That insulation is great. Wind noise is very well contained. I mean, how can I say this? I'm right now at 63 miles an hour. That's about 100 kilometers an hour, and the wind noise is actually very well reduced, so that you don't feel that you're driving so fast, and you don't feel like, oh, the car is going too fast. In sometimes you don't even feel like the car is going, actually is at 70. It just goes. Like right now I'm just talking to you, I'm looking at the road right now, look at speedometer, it's about 67 miles an hour. Is that brilliant? Because of this.
Take the A514 exit.
Yeah, that's my exit actually. That's what my Google map is talking. So that's all about this noise insulation, road noise. Overall I can say headlight visibility is very nice, okay. I have had no such problems. Even if you saw the earlier clip about me driving in that mountain hilly areas where there's no street lights at all, no vehicles at all, and it was very well lit up. So I really like the headlights of these cars, especially with white LED lights. Not sure if these all have the cornering functions or not. Maybe this might not have because there is no fog lamps on this. So maybe the cornering function is missing from this headlight. I may be wrong. They may be existing. I'm not so sure. I didn't find one actually, to be honest. Nevertheless, let's move on to the next part of this video. Well guys, you might have seen that this is the that was about how the headlamp was faring and so on. And now I also, so in my previous in the previous video of the Hyundai Ioniq, I even talked about that this is one of the smoothest touchscreens I've ever seen in the Hyundai. Well, Volkswagen have also done the similar thing, this touchscreen system. Let me do one thing. Let me try and stop somewhere and then maybe talk about how this touchscreen has been for my liking, and we can then take it from there. So guys, I have right now just refueled the fuel in this car, and yesterday I had also topped it up and driven to Sheffield, and about 100 miles or something I did, and guess what, the efficiency is so good that I just paid what, £13 of fuel. Superb. I mean, this is way more efficient than I thought, honestly. And it is actually, if you see in the Hyundai Ioniq, I had a full tank when I was in the Hyundai Ioniq, and I had driven and 2 days to Sheffield and back, and that was about 200 miles almost, and I had just topped out 24 pounds of fuel. But that was a hybrid 1.6. This is a naturally aspirated 1 liter engine, and still it has done the similar mileage what it can do. I'm impressed with the mileage of this car. Anyways, what I was trying to say is about the ergonomics of this car. While driving, I feel that this is everything is at a good reach, including the cruise control buttons, the volume rocker buttons, the track seeking button, the voice command, which I didn't try because it is not activated, and the speedometer buttons, etc. over here. And you can see that this is just to change the view of the speedometer, so that's great. And nevertheless, indicator switches are at the perfect level too, and the wiper switches are at a perfect level. It has got automatic headlamps, and it is the best thing I've seen in a base variant car. Well done, Volkswagen, well done. The touchscreen system, yeah, let me just mute it. So it is a very good touchscreen system, very fluidic. It has the gesture control system, as I had already showed you in the walk around video of this car. I'm actually impressed with this. The AC is also at a very good reach. Like when you're driving, for example, I was driving, I was constantly on the road, I wanted to reduce the aircon flow, so I just had to just switch it like this and so on, and that's it. This is so much easier sometimes than a typical touchscreen aircon system, you know, if you know what I mean. And Volkswagen have done a brilliant. So the Volkswagen Tiguan in India had the touch screen based climate control, which I'm not a big fan of, honestly, because it becomes too distracting while you're driving. This is perfect for me, honestly. I like this analog way. This is the recyclable button and so on. The only thing what I felt is, yeah, they could have provided one USB port, at least a normal USB type B port, except all USB type C's. But it's all right, because this is nowadays there's a trend of giving USB type C ports everywhere in the car. Nevertheless, this auto start for feature has also been very useful, and everything is at the reach. You see from there, and if I just pan it around here, everything is at a very good visibility, including the mirror, the inside rearview mirror, and the outside that rearview mirror. The best part is, I'm just going to start the car for a second again, because I'm just going to show you something. Now I'm going to put it to this left side thing, okay? I'm going to start it into reverse. Just look at the mirror right there. Look, for the reverse, you have to push it down and this way, and just look at the mirror there. Did you see that? The mirror lowers down when you are inserting into reverse. And now let me just get it back into neutral. So it doesn't come back immediately. So now when I put it into first gear, it should have come back immediately, but when I start driving, it does. But if you want to know that why it didn't come back immediately, what you can then do is again switch back to the 0, and it'll resume back to the normal adjustment what you have done. You also have these retractable things over here, so you can retract the mirrors like this. And yeah, that's it. Power windows at a very good reach. This is a very nice place to, you know, keep your hand also while driving. So all power windows are this thing auto up down. The front ones roll down completely, whereas the rear ones do not roll down completely. It's a shame, but okay, what can you do? All of them roll back automatically too. So Volkswagen, well done, keeping this trend going on. It's very nice, I like it. So yeah, that's it about this Volkswagen Polos, whatever it is here. I've talked majorly about it in the walk around video most of the time. Yeah, sorry, that window didn't close properly, my bad. And yeah, everything else is at a reach, including the sunglass holder and so on. The aircon is fantastic. It cools you in no time. It is very nice. Although I had kept the aircon at this cold air and I'm still driving on the highway, the car still gave me 60 mph, and that's a pretty good amount of mpg you get in the car. I put this 60 mph thing on the screen, so I'll not show you how much I have driven this car, honestly. Let me just go to things long term. 419 miles and 59.8 mpg. You can see on the screen that this is the kilometers per liter. I am actually impressed. This gave a better efficiency than a Vauxhall Corsa 1.2. There, I've said it. VW, well done. Anyway, I actually like this infotainment screen also because it's very responsive in terms of phone. You can be in terms of settings. You know, they see this animation is very nice. You can go to the menu and you can do this thing also with the gesture. It's very good, but I didn't have to use it much. This is just like an Android notification icon right over there, and that's it. I guess there's nothing else. I'll just increase the sound a bit for the audio. The audio is pretty good. It was a joy driving this car with music on the thing. And obviously you have the app here and you have Android Auto. Yes, okay, so I'll tell you what happened with the Android Auto. Maybe it's the problem with the Android Auto application in my Android phone or on this, I have no idea. But this lagged. In between, what happened is the Android Auto map, the Google map actually flickered very much. And I was just driving somewhere on the line and it just flickered. It kept on flickering, rerouting. And I initially thought this had happened in the Hyundai Ioniq. I thought it is a problem with the Hyundai Ioniq's infotainment screen having the Android Auto. But I guess it's not the same. I think it's down to the Android operating system of my Android phone and the Android Auto. So Google, improve. That's not done. Anyway, now I'm just going to go and return this car. So let's now conclude this video of this Hyundai. What Hyundai? Volkswagen Polo. Let's just conclude. So guys, as I was editing the video, I realized that I forgotten to talk about one part is about the efficiency. Yes, you might have seen in the video that I've talked about the efficiency that out of 416 miles, I have given about 59.7 or 8 miles per gallon. I exactly don't remember the figure, but it is there that much. But I didn't speak about how much I fueled the fuel in it. So I have these two fuel receipts with me. So the first time I filled was from between Thursday, the 28th of April to the 2nd of May morning onward. I filled from that day onwards, I filled about 42 pounds of fuel. That's about 29.18 liters. Okay. And yesterday, before returning the car and while reviewing this, the clip which I'm editing right now, while reviewing this, I apparently filled about 8.85 liters. And it costed me about 13 pounds, as I mentioned to you. So that's all I'm saying is that this car is very efficient in terms of the fuel economy also. And I mean, this is also down to the driving style also, my driving style. Yes, in between I sometimes get a bit enthusiastic and I decided to go a bit dynamic and let the revs go about 6,000 RPM and rev the nuts out of the car, because I want to really hear how the engine sounds like if you have to do something like that. But anyway, in spite of all of this, getting this efficiency and etc., it's pretty good. One thing I'm going to say is the cruise control, what I have been using. So this has the cruise control and the limiter also in this car. But the cruise control, apparently, I will prefer, if you want to get a better efficiency like what I have obtained, avoid the cruise control. Control with the accelerator with the foot itself and give it light acceleration, because usually what happens in the cruise control is when you set the cruise control, it automatically keeps accelerating even if it's uphill. So then you start losing efficiency and it accelerates at a higher pace. So yeah, that's one thing. This does not have that automatic cruise control, adaptive cruise control, if I'm not wrong. I've never tried to and seen it, and I don't think it has adaptive cruise control. So yeah, that's one thing. Nevertheless, this is what I wanted to talk about, that yeah, you can get the most efficiency out of this car. In between, I became a bit dynamic because you got a much better efficiency about this. So yeah, this 2 times filling for 400 miles, impressed, totally impressed, because I remember doing the similar type of mileage in Cardiff when I was taking the car of the Vauxhall Corsa. I think I filled thrice, about 600 miles or something. I filled thrice. About 400 miles I filled just twice, and still there was fuel to go. Another 200-300. Actually, when I filled the car, it was still ready to go about 454 miles. So you imagine about 1000 miles I can get done in 2 times like this. Obviously then you have to refill the car back. So a much efficient option, I honestly feel, if you drive that efficiency. Anyway, let's conclude the video what I was up to after this. Well guys, so far I have talked about majorly everything about this Volkswagen Polo. Let me just conclude by saying that, okay, before that, this is the price list of the Volkswagen Polo as you can see on the screen, and for more information I am going to link it in the website of the Polo's information brochures and etc. in the description below, so you can have a look. If you ask me, will I spend, so this car, the base variant starts about 21,000 pounds etc. and so on. If you have that money, will you buy this car? I might. Or as Carwow says, should you buy, should you consider, should you shortlist, etc. I should say you should consider, honestly. This is the Carwow language, honestly, I'm talking. Thanks, Matt Watson. Well done. And I guess that's all I'm talking about. So yeah, in the Volkswagen, in the, if I'm not wrong, the Vauxhall Corsa, which I had driven, it had that automatic headlight matrix that it used to dim the lights when there's any oncoming traffic, and it had a reverse parking camera or something. It may be because that was maybe at a higher price, maybe 25,000 pounds or something, and you get it. But this car is also decent enough. Yes, you don't get reverse parking camera and a reverse sensor, which is something which is a bit disheartening in 2023, that why you're not offering. In India, it has been compulsory that the parking sensors and 2 airbags have to be compulsory, and now that 6 airbag rule is coming, or God knows how that's going to work out. Nevertheless, this car has been pretty good, and I'm gonna miss this car actually. I'm gonna miss driving this Volkswagen Polo. I've actually enjoyed driving this Volkswagen. Yeah, see, I turned the steering and the car engine started back. So that's all from my end about this Volkswagen Polo. And if I have missed something about in this car, about any detail, if I don't have, then please do let me know in the comment section of this video. Anyways, if you like this video, please hit the like button, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel Techie Paddy, this is the first time. My name is Noel Padagokar and this is my channel Techie Paddy. Do subscribe. If you have any comments or any feedback, please do leave it in the comment section of this video. Please share this video, and I'll see you guys in my next video.